Well, hey guys and gals, it's Hex here, and today we're back working on our modern office-y building thingamabob. Last time we did a parking garage, and we did some custom trees, and we did a little custom landscaping, and that's about it. Today what I wanted to do was start decorating the interior. So I've got some ideas for how I want to do this, and we're going to get to it right now on how to build in Minecraft with me. Hex. Regulus. What a weird name. Who names himself that? Why on earth? Okay. So what I was thinking, you guys, is I was thinking that this could be some sort of a boutique-y little store. Boutique-y, meaning like maybe it's like a fancy makeup shop, like maybe a Mac store. Hopefully I don't get copyright infringement for saying Mac store. Not like an Apple Mac store, but like the Mac store, like the makeup. Yeah. So that's kind of what I was thinking, was something like that. Ooh, spooky noises. Maybe the spooky noises don't want a Mac store, but I don't know. Let's see. So what we need here is we need some glass, because we can't build a fancy store without a bit of glass. And I think that we want some clear glass. And we're just going to go ahead and make like a counter like that. Does that make sense? Do I want it one wide? I think I want it one wide. There we go. And then what we want to do is we want to take our, I think we want some like black concrete. No, we want some gray concrete. Maybe gray wool? Ooh, that would work. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to break this glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're going to replace the glass like that. And then that kind of looks like maybe that glass is, yeah. Maybe it's like a display case and there's like something on the ground there. There we go. Okay. And then I really kind of am thinking about using some of those armor stands that I've been using in the world, in the, sorry, I almost said the world of Hex. That was a long time ago. In, what do you call it? There we go. There's our display case. Using some of those armor stands that we've been using in the Blockhead server. I was considering that, but I don't know if I want to get into that in how to build in Minecraft, because I'd like this to be a series where, you know, kind of no matter what platform you're on, you can do what I'm doing. But if you had access to that, what I would do is I'd put some merchandise in this cabinet thingy here. I don't think we can do that with like a regular armor stand. I don't think you can. I'm trying to think of how I would do it. The only thing I could do is like maybe expose the head of the armor stand, but that looks pretty good. That looks all right. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and do a similar thing on the back wall. No. Let's see. If this was a fancy store, what would it have on the back wall? It would have some gray concrete, right? Or maybe some white concrete. Yeah. Like that. And then it would have like some super fancy shelves. Like this kind of shelf. And these stinking things that go all the way up to the ceiling. You think? I think so. There we go. Like that. That's looking fancy. Fancy schmancy. Okay. Ooh, that is really fancy. That is super, super fancy. Now, to continue being fancy. Let's go ahead and, oh, you know what would even be more fancy? Is if we did that. That's super fancy. Okay, so I'm just going to break these end ones. Go up like that. Oh, that's fancy. That is one fancy fanciness. And then we should probably go across the top, huh, to make this like so fancy. Oh, that is fancy. I cannot stand how fancy that is. That is like wicked fancy. Okay. Should I do more of that? Should I make it even more fancy? Maybe. Let's do a fancy one over here. Let's do a nice fancy cabinet over here. It's a very fancy store. Very fancy. Got lots of fancy things on it. Very, very fancy. There we go. Ooh, that's fancy. That is one fancy piece of fanciness. Okay, and then from building the rest of the build, we have this sort of weird space up here that I'm just going to fill in with that. And then I think I'm going to fill this in with the, these are dark oak planks like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. And then we need some more fancy things. We need more fancy things. You know what we need to do? Ooh, maybe there's like another fancy cabinet right here. Right here. Right here, there's another fancy cabinet. This is where they keep all the fancy stuff. Like I said, I wish that I could use those armor stands because then I could actually put things on these shelves. But you're just going to have to use your imagination that there are fancy things on that shelf right there. Okay. And then, yeah, like maybe right here we have a fancy table. Maybe right there. So like 1, 2, 3 blocks away from that. Yeah, we've got this really fancy table right there. Ooh, we have 2 fancy tables. That's good. And then we could put some things on those fancy tables. And then let's do another fancy table right here. Like that? No. Like that, and like that, and like that. Ooh, fancy. Don't like... There we go. But that looks really dumb. Maybe we need like a space of 2, another space of 2, like that. And we'll just be okay that it's not like perfectly symmetrical in front of there. Okay, and then right here we've got this. And then we're going to build that over here as well. And then we're going to fill this corner in like that. And then, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Oh, is that what I did over here? That's what I did over there. Okay. Very fancy. Fancy. Okay, and then do we have fancy things over here? Heck yeah, we do. This is a fancy store. We've got a nice fancy thing here. What a fancy. Okay, I'll stop saying fancy. Because like if he says fancy one more time, I'm going to unsubscribe and tell all my friends to do the same. And you'd be justified in doing so. There. Ooh, I love this space. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so what do we want to put on these? Maybe there's just like some, like these are like display racks. No. I think what I'm going to do is leave it open to the imagination of what this store is and not actually put things on there. Because if I put things on there, then people are going to be like, well, I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Let's just do item frames. I mean, that's like the only way that you can put stuff on other stuff is with item frames. Like that. Okay. I think what I want to do is maybe go like this. And like this. Yeah. And we're going to fill that in and that in like that. Oh, so fancy. This is a fancy little store. I love it. I absolutely love this little store. Okay. There we go. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a little pressure plate right here. For like, maybe that's where like the computer is. And maybe let's do another one right here. No, not there. There. And not there. There. There we go. So that's like the two like checkout spots. Okay, very nice. All right, so then what we want to do is I wanted to grab out some like some diamonds. Maybe we'll put a couple of diamonds on here. And maybe we'll put like, I said a couple of diamonds, right? And it'd be great if we had like some emeralds. Have any emeralds? This looks like a fancy thing, doesn't it? That looks pretty fancy. Some of those on there. And then we're going to put, I wanted like gold. Just going to put some gold here and there. That's good. That's beautiful. That's fancy. That's awesome. Okay, and then we want like some, I wanted some ooh, what's this fancy thing? That's a fancy looking thing. Gonna put some fancy stuff there, and a fancy thing there, and a fancy thing there. Maybe this is like a jewelry store? It's like a jewelry store. I don't know, but it has fancy things in it. Ooh, this looks fancy. There we go. That's pretty. I like that. Okay. And then maybe let's do more shelves in here. This looks like it should be full of shelves. There we go. All right. And then we need, let's see, item frames over here. And we're going to do like some coral. Can you put like actual... I think you can do this because this is fancy. I think you can do this right here. Yeah, you can. Ooh, fancy. Very fancy. All right, and then I wanted some emeralds. Ooh, that's fancy. Maybe an emerald there and an emerald there. So fancy. And then maybe some iron. Ooh, like an iron, like a little iron nugget. That's fancy. Ooh, fancy, fancy, fancy. What a fancy place. Okay, next what I want to do is I want to do the following. I want some end rods. And you guys know I love end rods. What we're going to do with these end rods is we're going to put an end rod there. And let's see. And then we're going to go like that. Ooh, that's a fancy light. Fancy light. Okay, we're going to do the same thing right here. We're going to make a fancy light. Oh, that's such a fancy light. And then, where do I want the other ones? Maybe one here, like a cross. That's good. And then one here. Like that. And then we want one, yeah, like right here. But I need to move it over one, don't I? There we go. fancy. And fancy. Oh, that is fancy. I love this. Look how fancy this place is. Let's do like a couple of end rods right there. Some end rods up there. There we are. And then we need some like a painting or two. Here we go. That is not fancy. I would like a fancy painting right there. I would not like a fancy painting right there. I want... That's not fancy. That's fancy. That is fancy. There we go. A fancy painting right there. And then we need another fancy painting right over here. I'd like it to be... I know there's a fancy one. That actually is pretty fancy. That looks fancy. Okay. And then we need just one more fancy thing. I'm going to put some item... Oops. No, item frames. Right there. That's nice. And then we need... I wanted to do like more... Maybe like some gold nuggets. Let's see. We need more fanciness. More fanciness, please. A slime ball is not fancy. Ooh, that's really fancy. And anything else that looks super, super fancy. These little prismarine crystals are pretty fancy. Yeah, there we go. All right. I'm loving this. I am loving this fancy store. Okay, then we're going to put just some glass, some black stained glass in for our back door. And then we're going to have the same thing for our front door. And we're just going to go like this, like that. And then I wish we could... like that, maybe? That's good enough. Maybe the other way. Yeah, the other way, huh? Like this. This is going to be better. Like that. Do we want it only 2 blocks tall? Yeah, we do. That's fancy. There we go. You guys are like, I swear, stop saying fancy. Stop it. Stop it, Hex. Stop saying fancy. Do we need something fancy there? No. We don't need anything fancy over the door. That's great. Look at this. That turned out way better than I thought it would. That turned out way better than I thought it would. That is one cool looking retail space. All right. Look at that. I love it. You know what? I got to do it. I know this is that's killing me that all this broke, but it just doesn't look fancy enough that way. There we go. Perfect. Okay. There we go. That's beautiful. All right. Now, like I said, if you were in, if you have that data pack with the armor statues, where you can place items like directly onto these stairs, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my. Well, I actually don't do it in any videos yet, but yeah, there's a way that you can use armor stands to put things directly on here without item frames. It would take a lot of armor stands and a lot of tedious work to get it done. But if you were really serious about decorating this, then you would do that, and you would use the same sort of fancy stuff that I used to populate our store here. But I'm going to leave this as a done space because I feel like if I put too much in it, it's going to clutter it even more. All right. Look at that. That looks so good from the outside especially. I'm really happy about that. Okay. All right. I think the next thing that we could do is we could maybe build the stairway inside of here. It's going to take us up to, it's going to take us up. So I think that we're just going to do stairs in here. It would be nice if we could put like a, what do you call it? What are those things called, you guys? Elevator, that's what it's called. Let's see, what stairs do we have available? We could do quartz. We could do, I think the quartz is going to be the way to go. The smooth quartz. Okay. I'm just going to start right here and see how that goes. I'm just going to plunk it down right there. And up we go, up we go, up we go. Da, 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 da. There we go. Okay. Let's see. It'd be nice if we had... I'm going to move it back by 1 block, 2 blocks. I'm going to move it back 2 blocks and see how that works. This bottom one's going to be a little bit weird because it's going to be a little bit larger than the other ones as far as like the stairway itself, like how long it is or how tall it is, I guess. Yeah, how tall it is and how long it is. Because that, there we go. Okay, that's good. And then we want it at least double wide. At least. Maybe more. Okay. That works. And then we shall have like, I don't know, we need something, oh, we need glass. This glass. No, not that kind of glass. Glass panes. Glass panes. We need some black stain glass panes right here. Like that. That's perfect. There we go. We have the space, so I'm going to do that. That's good. Okay. And then, I don't know. I'm just going to break through like right there. And then this will be like our first. Wow, these are actually pretty big spaces. I did not think that space was going to be that big. Okay. Anywho, we've got that. And then we have, let's see, how long is this? This is 3 blocks. So let's see if we can pull off 1, 2, 3 blocks here. Yeah, we can pull that off easily. Okay. Good. Okay, and then this one here, the entrance will be right here. No, I want it over a block. And the reason I want it over a block is because I don't want it to be... Well, you know what? This actually shouldn't even be here. I think that'll work. I think that'll be okay for the entrance to that business. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go right here with our stair blocks like that. And we're just going to keep going up and 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 up. Maybe we'll do a residence on the top floor. I don't know. Like a private residence. And then we'll do the same thing here. Like that. Maybe we'll do a private residence on the top because, you know. This is perfect. Okay, is that the top? Yeah, this is the top. So I don't want to do any further up than that. All right, so now we got to take our glass panes and put them around here like this. And then we're going to come down here and do the same thing right here. Do we want that to go there or do we want it there? I think that looks okay. And then we're going to come down this way and go like this. And come down one more. Whoops, I missed that spot. Oh, and then right here. There we go. Okay. And then here's our entrance. And then we have our lovely stairway. Let's see what it looks like from the exterior. Yeah, that looks good. That looks very good. I'm very happy about that. Checking our time. 24 minutes. We have a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time. So tell you what. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do... let's see, we need some of those composter thingies. And some leaves. You guys know I like composters and leaves. Oh, you know what else we need? We need, like, lighting. I totally forgot about lighting. So we're going to go sea lanterns and end rods. Because I really like those fancy lights that we just did. Okay. See, so right here, I think we're going to do is do, like, 3 plants. This. How do I get jungle leaves? It just looks so hideous. Jungle leaves look hideous, you guys, and I don't know why. That's good. Okay, and then right, what? How many blocks wide is this? 1. Is it 5? Oh, it is 5. Okay. So maybe right here. We're going to put in a lamp like that. That's pretty. That is pretty. Okay, and then right here we're going to put in a lamp like this. And that's pretty. Pretty stupid. Just kidding. Okay, and then what would go back here? Like, I have no idea. Oh, and then we need to backfill these, huh? We need to backfill our stairs to make them look like proper stairs. No wonder it didn't look as good from the outside. There we go. That's beautiful. Okay. That's nice. Okay. And then we're going to need a light right here. You know what? Maybe we can't use these on the upper floors. Because it hangs down too low? Yeah, that looks absolutely ridiculous. So what if we did sideways? Don't like it. I don't know. That's quite a pickle. That is quite a pickle. I'm gonna just do some of these in here. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then this one here, I should put the door right here, huh? I should just put the door right here in all of them. That's good. Actually, that's very bad. We're going to put it 1 block over. You'd think I'd learn, but I don't. I'm not good at the learning. That's beautiful. Okay, and then we can fill this in. Like that, and like that. That's nice. That's perfect. Okay. That's good. And then... like this, and like that. Perfect. Okay, that's good. And then up here, we're going to do like the same thing, so that if you're in this building, you have no idea what floor you're on, because all the floors are the same. Did I backfill this one? No, I didn't. Okay. Backfilling. Really, 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 really wish that we had concrete stairs and slabs and walls. Mojang really needs to get their act together on that one. For reals. Because it's like, really? Really? You're not going to give us stairs and slabs. For... Going to make these weird nether blocks for 1.16. They're not going to add the most obvious thing ever. Ay, 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 ay. I don't know. I shouldn't be mad at Mojang because they've made a heck of a game. This is a heck of a game. I got to tell you, I like playing Minecraft. I'm going to do a plant there. We're going to do... I feel like if I do some over on that wall, it's just going to look too redundant. Or too narrow. Okay. And this is going to be our little private residence, I think. We're going to do like a little penthouse in here. And then, yeah, this is pretty wild. This is wild, like how the blocks are in here. I think we're going to go like that to kind of give it some shape. But it would give us, ooh, that's like a nice place for a TV, huh? Yeah, this is gonna work. I think this is gonna work as a private residence. This will be nice. Okay. This is gonna work. This is gonna work great. But we are out of time for this particular episode. So unfortunately, you guys, we're all done. Well, guys and gals, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you really like this fancy retail space that we built today. I hope that you try it in your world, or maybe build it in some other thing, or just maybe got a couple of ideas about how to decorate, or just maybe got to chill out and watch a video. It's pretty fun. Anyways, I hope you're having an amazing day, and God bless. It's so fancy. Fancy, fancy, fancy.